Bulls Nation, in my last video, we talked about Aidan and what I think his role will be for the Chicago Bulls. And as we continue to look through the Chicago Bulls players, the recent Chicago Bulls players that have been signed to this team, we're going to be continuing the discussion of those players. And today's video is going to be in relation to Devon Dotson. So without further ado, let's talk about the Chicago Bulls, and more specifically, let's talk about Devon Dotson in this video. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. Today, we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to Devon Dotson on the Chicago Bulls, what his role will be, whether or not he'll get meaningful game time, and just overall if he can make an impact on this Chicago Bulls team. At the end of the day, Devon Dotson, Chicago native, we really want him to do well. And it's up to him and it's up to the Chicago Bulls to see whether or not he'll be given a significant opportunity. And this is just my opinion, what I think we're going to see from Devon Dotson throughout the course of the year. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about Devon Dotson. What do you think of his role, and do you think he will get meaningful game time for the Chicago Bulls? This video is not going to be a terrifically long one. At the end of the day, there is not too much to say in relation to Devon Dotson because he's one of the players that we didn't really see enough of in the Summer League. He did get injured around about two games into this Summer League. We had 5 games. The third game, it was kind of injured halfway through, had I believe a right ankle injury. It was a game time decision for the last 2 games, and for both of those games he did not play. So he averaged 6.7 points per game, 3 assists and 4.3 rebounds. His shooting percentages weren't always the terrific. He shot 33% from the field overall for the Chicago Bulls Summer League team, and he's definitely someone that struggled. In my opinion, his first game against the New Orleans Pelicans was by far his best performance, and that's the performance that I truly saw and say, wow, okay, this guy has something about him. This guy can do something in this league. This guy could be a very important player for a team. But throughout the stages of Summer League, we saw a little bit of a regression in that, and we saw a lot of things where he tended to struggle as the point guard of the Chicago Bulls Summer League team. And again, the coaching staff probably has a big factor to play in that, and I understand, of course, usually when you have a bad coach, the point guard's probably the one that suffers the most. But at the end of the day, Devon Dotson did struggle, and it wasn't always an easy time for him in the Summer League. But that first game was the game that gives you the glimmer of hope. That's the game that gives you the faith that you need to make sure that Devon Dotson may or may not be given that opportunity. At least you want to see him continue to progress. It's not like he had a terrible time to the point where no one wanted to see him anymore. The fact of the matter is he didn't have his best performances, but he is someone that I think most people want to see continue to develop, because there is still something about him that I think many people like. His ability to slash is something that has been well known. His energy was very good in his first game, and that's something that he prides himself on. These are things Devon Dotson really, in the end, has told us before, and he's showing it and he's putting it on display. His decision-making on the court, in my opinion, needs work. There are a lot of times where he was taking layups that seemed very impossible to make at times. And yes, he did have some flashy layups. He did look like, especially in the first game, I suggest you watch that one if you want to see a good version of Devon Dotson, or his best version on the Summer League. He was making some layups that looked Derrick Rose-esque. That was how good it was. He was doing some pretty incredible layups. But most of the time, he was caught in no man's land and was forced to take up shots, which saw a lot of blocks out of Devon Dotson's layups. And again, aggression is one thing, but taking the right shot is another. And I think there needs to be a balance there for Devon Dotson. What do I think he will be for the Chicago Bulls? I see this being a very similar season to last season for Devon Dotson. I see him being mainly used as a G League player. I think in the G League he had his best stats, his best season, and I see that continuing for the Chicago Bulls. Again, he did sign another 2-way contract, which basically allows us to send him to the G League to go and get some development in him. And that's what I see for the most part. When G League starts, I see Devon Dotson being in the G League, performing with that team, trying to become a better player, overall leading that team to victories. And we'll see where we go from there. But I don't really see Devon Dotson getting a lot of opportunities in the Chicago Bulls main team. And the reason why is last season he didn't get a lot of opportunities, and that's when he probably had his best chance, in my opinion, to get into that Chicago Bulls team. Again, last season we had Kobe White, Satoransky, Ryan Arcidiacono. Those were the three guards that Devon Dotson was playing behind. And the fact that he couldn't get significant game time up until that Milwaukee Bucks game says a lot about what I think the Chicago Bulls see in him at this point in time. I think they see a player that really needs to progress, and the Chicago Bulls is probably not the best way for him to progress. They see the best scenario for him being the G League. And I think the G League is a good place for Devon Dotson at this time, so he can practice his skills about running a team, running in the point guard position, and just overall being an effective player. Something as simple as getting game time could mean a world to a player. And the fact that Devon Dotson could get that opportunity in the G League rather than just sitting on this bench waiting for garbage time minutes and taking advantage of 2 minutes per game, maybe 3 minutes per game, maybe sometimes he gets a full quarter, we'll see, depending on how good we are. At the end of the day, I think Devon Dotson needs more than that to succeed on the Chicago Bulls. So, yes, I see a lot of the same things from last season happening this season. When the G League is not on and the G League is not being played, I see Devon Dotson getting garbage time minutes on the Chicago Bulls team with his opportunities there to succeed. Of course, if there are any injuries, things can change in that area. But that's where I see Devon Dotson mostly when there's no G League being played. When G League is being played, I expect him to be the front player, the number one player on that list of that team, and I expect him to go out and show exactly why he should be in the NBA and why the Chicago Bulls should be giving him more opportunities. Again, another time, another day, another year where Devon Dotson has to prove himself to the Chicago Bulls, and this is his time to do so. His Summer League wasn't his best performance. I don't think many people walked out of the Summer League saying Devon Dotson's going to be the next Chicago Bulls point guard. I don't think many people said that. As much as people like him, I think most people are honest to the fact that potentially there's a lot of work for this player to do, and I think the Summer League showed that the G League is probably the best way for him to get into this team and to develop his what he needs to be to become a Chicago Bulls player and just a point guard overall in the NBA. I still think there's a little bit of work to do, and I think he can get there. But I'm going to end this video here. Again, I don't think this is a terrifically long one. At the end of the day, there's not too much to say in relation to Devon Dotson, but he's a solid player, and I think he could definitely get the job done on certain teams. But at the end of the day, he's on this team, and I think if he wants to be on this team, he's going to have to show in the G League why he deserves to be on this team. And the minutes will be hard to come by. But again, it's up to him to show what he could do for a team like us. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my opinion on Devon Dotson and what I think his role will be for the Chicago Bulls. With that being said, have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If there are any updates about Larry Marketing today, there wasn't any yesterday. Again, I believe there's only 1 day left of this off season or for this free agency where we move on Larry Marketing at this point in time. And I don't really know what's going to happen next when it comes to Larry Marketing. Honestly, I feel it's a bit of a struggle at this point in time. However, we'll wait and see. My guess is at this point, I think Larry Marketing is going to be coming back on his qualifying offer, but yeah, we'll leave that for another time. If something does happen and I miss it, I'm probably going to be sleeping, so I apologize in advance for that if you've watched this video. And if this video has come out with Larry Marketing potential news already coming out, it's probably because I'm still probably going to be asleep. I do upload these videos in advance at the end of the day. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.